This is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to a brand new work week. It's a holiday week with Christmas coming up this week. But Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, back in studio here this morning as we get ready to start your week with all the news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Maybe.
You all right there, little buddy?
Had a big week.
It's sounding a little hoarse this morning here.
A little weak today. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the Nebraska men's basketball team. They were in action last night in Hawaii against Murray State. A good performance for the Huskers. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they played a nationally ranked team on Saturday. We'll tell you how they did. Lexi Rodriguez beginning her next chapter of her life as far as the volleyball is concerned, as she has signed on with a professional team out of Omaha. Got some more transfer news coming out of the Huskers. Hastings College basketball teams have wrapped up their little pre-holiday trips to Hawaii and Florida, respectively. Had some high school hoops over the weekend as well. We'll tell you about all that and more straight ahead with more information on our Blazing Five and our Bowl Bonanza that you and I have going here. It was a good weekend for me in the Bowl Bonanza.
Yeah, you're rolling with the picks. You're rolling with the Blazing Five. You get a winning record. I'm just over here being a loser this morning. That's fine, no big deal. But we got a good cup of Snickerdoodle coffee and my new fancy dandy Extreme Sports coffee tumbler that you gifted to me over the weekend during our holiday party. So, excited to get up and give it another go on the Bowl Bonanza.
Yeah, I was. Let's just look at that. I was 6-0 in my bowls over the weekend. You had a good record.
Adam, yeah.
You were at 4-2.
Lost my 31 points though. I guess we can start there, can't we? With the college football playoff, if you will. A lot of the pundits, everybody's screaming for an expansion of the playoffs. Since we had been on 4 for the such a long period of time, and then you have the 12, you have your opening round matchups, and just like in the opening round of the NCAA March Madness basketball tournament, or just like in the opening round of the 8-man football tournament, there was some pretty lopsided scores. And shocking, the top 4 teams in the nation might be pretty damn good football teams when they're matched up against teams like SMU and Tennessee. There's kind of been a reason that these teams haven't made the college football playoff. And now I will say this, I still loved it. Yes, were the scores a little bit lopsided down the stretch? Yeah. Were they very predictable? Yeah. When you and I are on the 4 playoff teams that pick up dubs, you start to, put 2 and 2 together. Like, hey, if these 2 idiots can figure it out, that this team is so much better than. But I'm looking forward to the quarterfinals. Obviously, I think there's still some tweaks that the college football playoff will make. I think we were discussing this weekend, Mike. We could look at a situation where you just seed it out 1 through 12, right? And it's the top 4 seeds based on ranking get the automatic bye. I think that would alleviate some of the lopsided scores that we saw, especially in the opening round games, because those bottom 4 teams like Arizona State might have been a really good contest against Tennessee. Boise State might have been fun to watch them play SMU. And then you pare down and get to the quarterfinal stage. But overall, good weekend and predictable weekend. The big one for me, shaking my head, the Tulane-Florida match. 31 points on that.
Right down the old tubes.
Down she goes.
Anyway, the first round of the playoff bracket the other night, Texas beat Clemson 38-24. Ohio State winners over Tennessee 42-17. Penn State took care of SMU 38-10. and it was Notre Dame over Indiana 27-17. So now the winners move on. They'll play in the quarterfinals. The first game is going to be on New Year's Eve. That will pit Penn State now. Penn State moves on to play Boise State. And then the other 3 games are going to be on New Year's Day. Texas will play Arizona State. You're going to have Ohio State against Oregon. And you're going to have a Notre Dame against Georgia. I think the Ohio State-Oregon game is an intriguing matchup. Well, we'll see what the Buckeyes can do with the Ducks.
I mean, that's the best one, right? In the quarterfinals, that's the one that a lot of people are hammering on. Probably should be worthy of a semifinal competition. That because of the way that these best teams in conference got that automatic bye, that maybe that was a matchup that would probably shake out much later on in the playoffs. But I'm going to go coach speak on you, Mike, and I'm going to tell you what everybody told every player that's ever played in any playoffs and complains about a matchup earlier than anticipated. You're going to have to beat them anyway, right? If you're going to be national champion, you're going to have to beat all those teams anyway, so might as well get the dust off early. The Ohio State-Oregon matchup should be a lot of fun. And I think really when terms of Big Ten supremacy, moving forward, that matchup could be really pivotal. Oregon is on the cusp of, I know that just came over from the Pac-2 or the Pac-12. They're newcomers to the Big Ten, but they've already announced their presence with authority, and it looks like a program that is going to be something that can be sustainable for a long period of time at the top. So I look for this to be a real big battle in terms of, do you want your mainstays, your blue bloods, the Big Ten Conference to continue to have that upper hand, or is Oregon going to just come to the party and shake things up right away in year number 1? I'm with you. It's the most intriguing matchup on the quarterfinal slate.
A lot of people are talking about Boise State maybe making a run at this thing. I haven't followed Boise State a lot this year, but what the heck are people seeing in Boise State? Can they beat Penn State this week?
Absolutely. Best running back, Heisman Award-winning running back, or should have been. Certainly had the stats to back that up. Can they stop Penn State? I think that's the biggest thing. I think you're looking at a Boise State team that played some of those lesser caliber competition. We just saw what Penn State did to one of them, having had to go through the Big Ten and have some pretty competitive games. But certainly, I think that Penn State is beatable, especially when you have such a talented team of athletes in that Boise State Broncos squad. And they're going to throw a lot at you. And if I know that it's been many coaching staffs ago and many player cycles ago. But the old adage is when you're Boise State and you have absolutely nothing to lose in a game like this, because of the way that the playoffs have been structured and you're in and you've taken care of business, and everyone's gonna put them into a corner and say that Penn State blue blood power football team just gonna run it down their throats, and Boise State has that 0% chance. But they have proven in the past that they can just throw caution to the wind, and they're one of those teams that's going to throw the whole book at you and run a lot of different wrinkles and schemes that maybe they haven't even had to show all year. And that's the other thing about Boise State is they haven't had to show a whole hell of a lot because of the caliber of competition they've been playing to get themselves into this position. I'm looking for Boise State to put up much more of a fight than a lot of people are giving them credit for in the early goings. I've got a couple handshakes and beer bets on it. I'm on the Boise State Broncos coming up on the New Year's weekend.
All right, you're starting your work week off with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, no matter where you're watching us or listening to us at, thanks for joining us on this Monday, the 23rd day of December, whether you're watching us or listening to us online at x-streamsports.com, on your smartphone with our free mobile app, on your smart speaker, on Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching us or listening to us. Thanks for starting your week with us here on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to drop us a message, do so. Facebook Live, on Twitch, you can drop us a message. We'll monitor those comments. We'd like to get you involved in the show today. If you'd like to give us a call, you can do that too. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number.
Did Santa drop off all the packages in time? Do you get distributed to the Will clan, or are there still some that are circling the distribution center somewhere near Kansas City?
I went out. I went out yesterday with my wife. I usually will go out once during the Christmas shopping season to help her out a little bit. Yesterday was my day. I gave up a football Sunday, an NFL football Sunday, to go out with my wife. What a madhouse yesterday. What a madhouse. But it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun bashing carts with everybody, looking for those last-minute Christmas ideas.
That sounds great. No, I was in the same. I went out shopping yesterday. Here's how my shopping worked. I went out and I looked around for a little bit. Couldn't find something that I wanted, but I had a few ideas. And then as I was walking to another store, I happened to glance over and see a sign for a tap room across the street. And I said, okay, I can ponder in there for a little bit. Well, then I ran into some buddies, and then a couple more friends showed up. And then next thing you know, I'm like, hey, this was a great shopping trip for me.
No, you did. So you didn't get anything done. That's what you're saying. So you've got it on your plate today?
I have 2 gifts that I brought home. I brought home 2 gifts.
All right.
So I still have about 4 more gifts to go today.
I think I still have, my wife and I still have to pick up a couple of things today before everything's all said and done. So
last minute.
That's all right.
Love this stuff.
Anyway, our bowl pool, the update. I was 6-0 over the weekend. That gives me now a record of 9-3 in the bowl game so far. 245 points. This is like the presidential election for the electoral votes. Yeah, that's the way I see this. I have
520 or what?
Yeah, 9-3 is my record. 245 points. You're sitting at 8-4 now. You went 4-2 in your 6 bowl games. You have 181 points now, and then Timmy Boy, he's at 11-1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he lost. What did he lose? He was on Tennessee. Yeah, I don't know why he took Tennessee, but Timmy Boy, our resident guest predictor, who's been blowing us out of the water, the Adams Central baseball coach, he's sitting at 11-1 in his bowl picks. And again, we'll have 3 picks before we get out of here at 8 o'clock, as we've got 3 games coming up. You've got 2 tonight. The Myrtle Beach Bowl between Coastal Carolina and Texas San Antonio. And you've got the Idaho Potato Bowl between Northern Illinois and Fresno State. And then tomorrow, you're going to have the Hawaii Bowl, Southern Florida taking on San Jose State. So we'll get you the selections, because we're not working tomorrow. You and I are not working tomorrow. We're not working, of course, on Christmas Day. But the boss says we have to come back Thursday. So we'll get some more bowl predictions on Thursday, as we're going to have a bunch of them coming up, obviously, at the end of the week here. So, but we'll get you 3 bowl picks here before we get out of here at 8 o'clock this morning.
And of course, Huskers are coming up on Saturday with the Pinstripe Bowl. Preparations continue for that. And again, like you mentioned earlier in the lead of the show, we'll have a few comments from Coach Rule as they make their way to New York and Yankee Stadium, one of the hallowed grounds in all of sports. And speaking of baseball stadiums making for great venues, we haven't touched on this yet. New Year's Day is going to be extremely special on the hockey front, as Wrigley Field will play host to the St. Louis Blues and Chicago Blackhawks. What a monumental day as they get set for another Winter Classic.
They do that. But the past couple of years they've done that, haven't they?
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. This has been, I think, probably 10 or maybe 11 years now with their tradition going strong. I believe it started with Pittsburgh and Buffalo, I want to say, or Pittsburgh and Boston. I think Boston was in the initial one over at Fenway, but it's just a spectacular scene.
How do they change the baseball field into a hockey arena?
It's a process. And then to be like experts on nothing, I'm going to show my hand here. I have no clue, to be brutally honest with you. But they have documentaries on it, and it's just really incredible. Especially like when you watch like the time lapse footage on how they construct the hockey rink out in center field, and sometimes they use like the base lines as the way into the locker rooms or way into the benches. It's really neat how they've done this over the years.
So they got to build like a hockey rink.
Yeah.
They don't just like flood the field full of water and hope that it freezes.
No, so they like build base, obviously, and they construct it, and then they put like a floor underneath, on top of the grass, and then from that floor, then they use whatever these ice makers use.
Yeah,
and then they make their ice. So yeah, it's a pretty cool concept, pretty cool design. I always thought like, it'd be really cool to like get the Tri-City Storm involved in one of these. Do like a Tri-City Storm Winter Classic from Duncan. That's not patented yet, not trademarked yet, but I want to throw it out there for the USHL.
That'd be interesting.
These are things I come up with. These are my ideas.
We'll see how far they go. Usually your ideas don't go far.
But then occasionally, like, hey, let's do this on Huddle Up morning show, and
Yeah, we'll
sometimes
do that.
sometimes they make a duration until Christmas. So
Anyway, if you'd like to join us again, give us a call, 402-834-1330. Leave us a message on Facebook if you'd like. Since we're inching closer to Christmas time, the price of gifts in the 12 days of Christmas.
oh, I like this game.
Well, there's been inflation. There's been inflation.
You don't say.
Yeah, the price of gifts in the 12 days of Christmas in 2024, I got up in the middle of the night, and this was on my mind, so I totaled everything up as close as I could come. $49,263. If we're going to buy all the gifts in the 12 days of Christmas, that compares to $23.57 in 1984. So we've had a big increase in the price of the gifts in the 12 days of Christmas from $20,000 to almost $50,000 now in 2024. If you're going to be out and maybe purchasing everything that's in the 12 days of Christmas, make sure you bring a wad of cash.
You also can you got to be smart about the whole budgeting thing too, right? 5 golden rings, obviously, if you're like doing a pie chart of the entire Christmas shopping list on the 12 days, that's gonna take a big majority of it. But then you can budget shop on Drummers Drumming. You don't have to go for like Tommy Lee and Neil Peart. You can downsize and just get like a drum line from a high school and float the kids a couple bucks, or I don't know what is the new monetary donation thing that they use now. Venmo people some dollars and cents here and there. I think you can. There are ways you can cut some corners there.
You're looking to slice the budget for the 12 days of Christmas?
I'm just looking to get the same effect for a little less cost. That's what I'm all about. Saving people cash. I can't do it on my bull pick. I can't do it on my Blazing 5. I can't get you any cash, so I might as well save you some.
Nor on the income we make on this show either.
Good Lord.
Anyway,
I didn't say that.
7:18. We got a lot of things to discuss here today, but let's get us a quick news update as we roll along on this Monday on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Local news this hour is brought to you in part by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where since 1946, Hastings Federal Credit Union has been a part of the Hastings community, and it's a community that is at the heart of everything they do. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining simple as opening a primary savings account. Get from point A to point B and everywhere in between with a low-rate vehicle loan. Whether you're committed to camping or love living the lake life, you can count on the credit union to finance your next big toy. They even do personal loans for life's little curveballs. So with affordable loan rates, convenient repayment options, and a friendly local staff and service that knows you by name, you can see for yourself what the credit union difference is all about. That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We start off with news on the governor's office this morning. While riding on horseback with family members yesterday, Governor Jim Pillen was bucked off a new horse and injured. The governor was transported to Columbus Community Hospital and, out of abundance of caution, transported to the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. The governor is expected to remain at UNMC for several days. President Joe Biden signed a funding bill over the weekend to avert a looming government shutdown after the Senate voted 85-11 to approve a short-term spending bill to fund the government until March 14th. Senator Ricketts said in a statement that, quote, "This bill avoids a government shutdown and supports Nebraska farmers and ranchers. It gives the certainty and assistance they need to make crucial decisions. I'm committed to working with President Trump and my colleagues to pass a comprehensive 5-year farm bill next year." In Hastings, 42nd Street will close east of 281 again today, as the Hastings Utilities Electric Distribution Department still has work to repair the infrastructure there from last week's drunken driving accident that knocked out power to a good majority of northwest Hastings. The outside southbound lane of Burlington Avenue will close beginning this morning from Hill Street to just south of 13th Street to facilitate the removal of debris in conjunction with demolition of homes on that block. The closure is anticipated to take about a week to complete. The street department will reopen the southbound outside lane for the weekend and the Christmas holiday when the contractor is not working. And the city of Hastings had a banner year in community development block grant applications. Working with the South Central Economic Development District, the city of Hastings applied for and was awarded $1.2 million by the Nebraska Department of Economic Development for 3 CBDG projects within the downtown revitalization and public works categories. The projects include the improvements to the Business Improvement District, the renovation of the Revive Ministries facilities in the former Motel 6 hotel that will provide outpatient substance abuse health care, and public water line delivery improvements to provide fire protection for the K&K manufactured home community. And finally, the 2024 winner of the Holiday Parks and Rec Department Light Contest has been a lifelong enthusiast. Dan Hess received the most votes among competitors in this year's Holiday Lights Contest with a collection of about 30 inflatables at his house at 420 South Garfield. Hess won the contest last year as well. His grandson, 14-year-old Kobe, assists him in setting up the inflatables. That process begins in about early November. It's 7:22. We will swing things back over to you. Mike Will, what's going down in sports?
So you're telling me my stupid star did not win the holiday decorating
The
contest?
stupid star did not make the qualification.
And your palm tree that's sitting in front of your house was not included either?
I didn't actually add the Christmas lights and snowflakes on it. It's still got the blue and orange for Halloween, so that's my bad. I don't think I qualified.
Well, congratulations to the winner.
Congratulations to Dan Hess.
In sports, the Nebraska men's basketball team beat Murray State 66-49 last night. In the opening round, the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic, the Huskers held Murray State to just 31% shooting, including 4 of 28 in the first half as Nebraska built a 20-point halftime lead. The Huskers held the Racers at nearly 30 points below their season average. Nebraska is now 8-2 on the season and will play Hawaii tonight at 9:30 in the second round. Hawaii beat Charlotte yesterday 78-61. You can see the game tonight on ESPN2. The Nebraska women's basketball team lost to 17th-ranked Georgia Tech 72-61 on Saturday in Atlanta. Alexis Markowski had 20 points and 10 rebounds for the Huskers. Nebraska is now 10-2 on the season. They'll be off until December the 29th when they play at number 1 ranked UCLA out in Los Angeles. Tip-off of that game will be at 4:30. League One Volleyball has announced the signing of Nebraska libero Lexi Rodriguez, who wrapped up her collegiate career last Thursday night in the Huskers' 5-set loss to Penn State in the NCAA tournament semifinal. In her final match, Rodriguez broke Justine Wong-Arantes' record to become Nebraska's all-time leader in digs. Wong-Arantes also signed to play with the Omaha team. They'll begin their season on the road on January 10th against Houston. The team's first home match is set for January the 24th. Former Nebraska running back Dante Dodell is transferring to Kentucky. He spent last season with the Huskers after transferring from Oregon. He rushed for 614 yards and 12 touchdowns, the most touchdowns by a Nebraska running back since 2018. But the Huskers are picking up some players from the transfer portal. We have picked up a defensive back, Justin Rhett, out of Georgia, a quarterback, Marcus Davila from Purdue, and a linebacker, Deshaun McCullough of Oklahoma. Hastings College women's basketball team went 1-1 during their trip to Hawaii. The Broncos beat Benedictine of Kansas 59-46 and lost to number 2 Indiana Wesleyan 73-67. The Broncos are now 8-4 in the season and will host Sterling on December 30th, beginning at 1. Hastings College men went 0-2 during their trip to Florida, losing to Kaiser 82-62, and to the University of Fort Lauderdale 77-70. The Broncos are now 1-11 and will play at Friends University on December the 31st. Tip-off will be at 1. High school basketball from Saturday. The Adams Central boys beat Cozad 48-40 in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic. The Patriots are now 6-1. Hastings High lost to Elkhorn North 85-42 in the Eastern Midlands Conference Tournament. The Tigers are now 4-3. The Hastings High girls beat Lincoln Northwest 37-30 in the Eastern Midlands Conference Tournament. The Tigers are now 3-4. And Penn State won the NCAA Volleyball Championship yesterday with a win over Louisville. The scores were 25-23, 32-34, 25-20, and 25-17. It's the 8th title for the Nittany Lions, but their first since 2014. In the NFL last night, Dallas got by Tampa Bay 26-24. Tonight, you get New Orleans playing in Green Bay against the Packers. Kickoff will be at 7:15. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:26 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Monday starts off with cloud cover, but we will see gradual clearing throughout the day. It'll be mild with a high of 52 degrees and a northwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Monday night, an overnight low of 29 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Still pretty mild on Tuesday on Christmas Eve, a high of 47 with a partly sunny sky. Tuesday night, an overnight low of 29 as well. Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, but a high of 46, and then cooler temperatures and chances for rain the rest of the week.
Right now, northwest winds at 6 miles per hour, gusting to 13. We've got cloudy skies. It is now 34 in Hastings at Extreme Sports at 7:27.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
Hi, you're listening to Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up here today on Extreme Sports. Again, thanks for joining us. Again, if you'd like to add your 2 cents into the program today, drop us a message on Facebook Live or on Twitch, wherever you're watching us or listening to us, or give us a call, 402-834-1330. Is our telephone number. Again, the Nebraska football team, they're going to be playing in New York on this Saturday against Boston College in the Pinstripe Bowl. That'll be an 11 o'clock start. So on Saturday, it's an early start to your day. 11 o'clock start will be the Huskers and Boston College. Now, Matt Rule, he was with us throughout the weekend, kind of laid out the way things are going to be going this week. Nebraska will be leaving for New York City today, but 3 players will not be playing in the Pinstripe Bowl on Saturday, including defensive back Tommy Hill.
Obviously, Tommy, we shut him down with 2 weeks left and hugged him yesterday. He's graduated, which was the number one thing I wanted for him. He's going to go continue to get that foot right and get ready for the Senior Bowl and hopefully be a great draft pick. Micah Mazuka had to have labral surgery. Torn labrum. He played through it, which I appreciate. Micah showed great toughness to do that. Moving to left tackle and playing with an injured shoulder the last 4 games. But he had to have surgery after the last game, so he's rehabbing and getting better. And then Isaiah Nayor, still in the building working out, but won't play in the game. Just going to get himself ready for East-West Shrine Bowl. Had the ACL and at Texas, and we just want to try to keep him healthy and give him a good chance and give some of our young guys a chance to show what they can do.
Yeah, the coach says that the trip to New York City is going to be a mix of business and pleasure.
We've probably done more work than you normally would here because so just kind of a unique schedule over Christmas and the travel in New York. So we're going to land, and we reached out to the New York Giants, and they've allowed us to use their facilities. So we're going to land and go right to practice at the Giants. We'll practice the second day at Fordham. On Wednesday, Christmas morning, we're actually going to go to Central Park and do a walkthrough in Central Park. The Yankees have helped us secure that. So I don't know if all of our guys know what Central Park is. I have to tell them it's the park from Home Alone 2, but some of our guys know it. Sierra knows it. So Sierra's texted me last night at 10 o'clock for dinner reservations, so he gets it. Thursday we'll practice at Fordham, and then Friday we'll walk through Yankee Stadium. So we're going there to win the game. We're not going there for an experience. We're going there to win the game. We'll have experiences along the way, so we'll practice. But Christmas Day is the one day will be a little different walkthrough.
All right, so the Huskers in Boston College. Time to get the excitement going for the Pinstripe Bowl on this Saturday.
Yeah, nothing gets you more pumped up for a football game than a walk through Central Park, right? Yeah, the connections, man. Like going out and being able to hang out with the New York Giants and practice on that field and getting set. I think they could go up against the New York Giants, to be honest with you, and it'd be a pretty competitive football game. But yeah, wishing the Huskers best as we start preparations. And one thing about the 11 o'clock kickoffs that I love, I mean, that's kegs, eggs, and football. So getting excited for the 11 a.m. kickoff should be a spectacular atmosphere. So it should be fun.
All right, let's talk Bulls, shall we? Let's talk Bulls. I know a lot of people, they tune in about 7:30 or so, waiting for our predictions for the day. So here you go. We've got 3 more selections in our Bull Bonanza. Again, I was 6-0 over the weekend. You were 4-2. I am now 9-3 in our Bull predictions for this year. 245 confidence points. You have some ground to make up, my man. You are 8-4. You're starting to slip away. 181 confidence points for you.
181, but on offer is just trying to do the math here really quick. I got a couple counties with some big populations. Could be a couple swing states, swing bowl games as we have our race to 540 here. I've got a 28, a 14, and a 20 on the line here coming up in this 3-game stretch. So we could do a little Kansas City shuffle and pass you on the left-hand side and keep on going. So let's go ahead and start with the first one up out of the gate, Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Probably in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Yeah, we have problems coming up with the locations of some of these bowl games, but this one is obvious. It's obviously in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right? Yep. So you got Coastal Carolina, and one might think, oh, Carolina in the Carolinas might be a pretty good bet. Nope. Meet. I'm going to go with the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners with 28 confidence points. It's my high one this week. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, UTSA at 28 points. We go down to the Idaho Potato Bowl. I'm pretty sure this one is in Idaho. In fact, isn't it the Blue Turf Bowl?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this is in Boise. So it's got Fresno. It's got Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois, a little excitement out of the MAC this year. They were able to knock off Notre Dame. It was one of the bigger upsets in the early portion of college football. Of course, nobody remembers that because Notre Dame is a much improved football team since then. I'm going to go with the Fresno State Bulldogs to win that victory over Northern Illinois. Give me 14 confidence points on Fresno.
All right.
And then Christmas Eve, all was silent all through the house except for the Hawaii Bowl because the San Antonio State Spartans going to be taming the Bulls. And give me 20 confidence points on San Jose State, the blue and gold, baby, in Hawaii.
All right, so you got Texas, San Antonio, you got Fresno State, you got San Jose State for your bowl selections. I'll take a Texas, San Antonio as well.
Okay.
In the Myrtle Beach Bowl, you had 30 points on them, confidence points.
I have 28 on Texas,
28?
San Antonio. Yep.
I'm going to throw out 30.
Ooh.
I'm going to give 30 points of my confidence level on Texas, San Antonio.
When you do stuff like that, man.
I'm going to take a Northern Illinois, though.
Okay.
In the Idaho Potato Bowl. Northern Illinois, I am so confident on this one. Give me 1 point.
I knew that was the lead-up for that one.
No, the Idaho Potato Bowl. Hell, I'm not even going to watch it, so I'm just going to throw out 1 point for my confidence level on Northern Illinois.
Okay.
And then in the Hawaii Bowl, I'll take San Jose.
Okay.
I'll take San Jose and give me 17 confidence points on that.
So hanging in with San Jose State and Texas San Antonio. We're actually pretty close in confidence points on both those.
Yeah.
But it looks to be, we got a breaking news alert coming here as we get our big election map going up. Idaho could be a swing state. Idaho's worth 14 delegates, 14 points, and that could be a swing state as we try to close the gap on our race to 540. That's your election coverage. Timmy boy, by the by.
Oh yeah, we're he's hot. He's the 11-1.
He's 11-1. He's only got 2 in thus far. I probably should have got his San Jose State pick. Wasn't thinking clearly. We'll get it later from him. He's got Texas San Antonio He's also on the Roadrunners, and he's with you, with Northern Illinois and Idaho in that swing state. So he's
Timmy boy, if he's listening, he better get his other pick in, and we'll just zero him out.
State? Yeah, San Jose State. We could go, 0. That would
we'll give him a 0 on that one.
That would help us tremendously. Or he could get it in at any point throughout today's show.
Oh, he'll get it in.
So what do we got? That was San Jose State and Southern Florida, USF, Hawaii Bowl. I'll shoot him a message. He might not be up.
Yeah, they're not.
It is 7:39, and they don't have school, so he might be sleeping in. Hawaii Bowl pick?
Yeah, we need a Hawaii Bowl pick. Yeah, you and I are gone tomorrow and Wednesday, but we'll be back on the Thursday, so we'll resume the bowl predictions then.
And we're not missing a whole lot of bowl games.
No, they don't have a lot of bowl games over Christmas.
I can remember, didn't they used to, though? Like, I thought I remembered as a kid when I was on Christmas break, like just having nothing but bowl games to watch.
But look how many after Christmas. There's going to be 3 on the 26th. I think there's 6 of them on the 27th, and then on Saturday, like everybody plays. Like everybody plays.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bowl games on a Saturday.
In addition to it, didn't the NFL have some games on Saturday too?
Jesus.
So yeah, football galore on Saturday.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like trouble.
It could be trouble. It could be trouble.
10 bowl games to pick, though. Like, our Friday show is going to be like an hour and a half just to get through picks.
Yeah, because we'll have to have our Blazing 5.
Blazing 5.
Then we got to go through all the bowl games.
Oh, God. We didn't even get to half the stuff we wanted to get to last Friday's show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
just
that's all right.
Clear the slate Friday. We're just going to pick away.
So, all right, 7:41. Those are the predictions for today. Let's see what else is going on. We need to talk about the Nebraska men. I watched them last night.
Okay.
They took apart Murray State. Huskers played great defense in Hawaii. Held Murray State, the Racers, only 31% shooting. They hit only 4 shots in the first half.
Oh, wow.
Nebraska had a 20-point lead by halftime. They stretched the lead in the second half, basically played double digits throughout most of the second half. And Nebraska cruises to a win last night in the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. So Nebraska will play Hawaii tonight. Hawaii beat Charlotte yesterday, 78-61. Tonight, grab the coffee because it's a 9:30 start our time between Nebraska and Hawaii. You can see the game tonight on ESPN2.
Good thing I've got one of these large tumblers that actually fits 2 cups of coffee into one, because I was getting grief from the IT guy this weekend. He was giving me grief about having to take off at 7:30 to refill my coffee cup every single morning. I always shut down the camera because I normally got pajama pants on, and I'm like, oh, the world doesn't need to see these pajama pants because sometimes they ride down a little bit too low, and so I like to shut my camera off. And he's like, you're always getting up and getting more coffee. And I said, well, I need a bigger mug. And then you delivered.
Well, the IT guy, he was worried about your health. He says, you drink a lot of coffee during this 1 hour stretch.
I do, because I have to get up. And getting up takes at least 1 cup of coffee. And so by the time the show starts, I'm like half a cup in already, just because I'm going through my morning routine. But I was showing off this fancy merch that we have with our Extreme Sports tumblers. And this just in, they hold 2 cups of coffee. Get yours today. Give us a call. We'd love
By the way, Ryan is standing by. He's ready to talk to us. Yeah, Ryan Martin. He tried to get in on the show a couple of times on Friday, and every time we went into a news break or a sports break or our Blazing 5, Ryan Martin called us.
So here we are. I was just too busy explaining our Extreme Sports merchandise, but yeah, Ryan's on the line with us. Ryan, good morning.
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, I tried to call last week. Tried to give you a 2-for-1 with Sabota calling in, and just couldn't get in. But that's okay. You guys got a busy show.
Not busy. We just talk a lot. We just talk a lot.
There's that. But that's what your show's all about. It's talking, right?
What's on your mind today, Ryan?
Well, hey, in Nebraska basketball, they are fun to watch. They're not as fun as my Kansas Jayhawks, but they've been fun to watch this year for sure.
They got some shooters on the team, but they're playing great defense right now. That led them to the victory last night.
Yeah, defense has been a key for them. And how about two former Iowa State coaches dueling it out last night? That was kind of cool. I didn't realize Steve Prohm was back in college basketball, but that was kind of neat to watch both of them go at each other. And I guess apparently they're best friends, according to the commentators.
Really? You don't follow Murray State basketball, so you didn't know that?
And you know what? As you guys know, 90% of my time is focused on KU basketball. So I don't even pay attention to Murray State at all.
What's the latest on KU? Give us an update. How are they doing? I know they stunk there for a while.
Well, we beat Brown at home. So we're back on a 2-game winning streak after being on a 2-game losing streak. So that's good. And now they got another week off for Christmas break, and they return, I think, on the 30th to play West Virginia and start Big 12 conference play. So non-conference is over with, and we're ready for Big 12 play. And I'm actually staring at my wall in my basement. I have a collection. Every time Kansas Jayhawks win the Big 12 regular season, I have a T-shirt for every year, and I put them up on the wall. And so I have this 14 record breaker streak, and then it got broken and then resumed. And so I'm staring at that, and I'm hoping I get a 2024 T-shirt on my wall.
Wow. That's quite a collection.
Might have to add to the wall there,
Ryan.
Talking Husker basketball, and you mentioned a little bit about their offense and how much fun they are. The biggest thing for me that I noticed is you watch a couple years past, and it was like you would just see a very competitive offense with Nebraska, but then an offense that would just go on a 4 to 5 minute spell where they couldn't do anything, and then they would lose games. They look like a much cleaner basketball team to me, from my vantage point.
They are much cleaner, but it goes back to their defense. So their defense, they get good turnovers. They always jump the passing lanes, and that allows them to get the ball to do their offense. And they work their offense too. The ball doesn't stick. The ball keeps moving. They have good big guys that can turn around and shoot, and they have good feet too. So all around, they're looking really good. And hey, they may give the Big Ten a run for its money for sure.
Ryan, what's your plans for Christmas? What's Santa going to bring you for Christmas?
Well, every year I always ask for a bass boat because I like to fish. I don't think that's going to happen, but I don't know. I got some present ideas. My wife is always good to me, but we're going to go to Omaha and see her family, and then down to Kansas to see my family, and hoping to maybe do a little bit of ice fishing over Christmas break because I am a teacher, so we get lots of time off over Christmas break. So we'll see. Hopefully I get some ice fishing gear because I like to ice fish.
Yeah, Tyson and I were thinking about maybe adopting the teacher's schedule for now on and just following what you guys do.
Well, I'm a second-year teacher, so this is my second time experiencing a week and a half long break. So it's nice. I'm not complaining by no means, but it allows me to refresh and rejuvenate and get some more energy for those kids after Christmas break because need lots of energy for those kids. Since I teach elementary, I have to have lots of energy and
yes, you
PE.
do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Ryan, thanks for checking in with Buzz. Have a great holiday. All right.
All right. Have a good week, guys. Enjoy the show.
All right. See ya. Ryan Martin, one of our fans.
Yeah.
Checking in. He tried his darndest to get in on Friday.
Ran into the news break, ran into the Blazing 5 break, and once you get to the Blazing 5 break, there's no way.
You can't get in. You can't get in.
That's a good 7.5 minutes on its own, and then you add the Bull Bonanza to it, and I think that was like an 18-minute long segment. So yeah, the poor guy, I felt so bad for him. Was just trying to get in and chat, but he has been Ryan Martin has been a fan of this show since day one. He was in the lobby day one. With Huddle Up, and he has joined us each and every morning. So he and his story is not alone. He's got a few others that have been in the lobby with him, and your support has just meant the world to us as we get set to embark upon the holidays here and get set for the Christmas holiday season. And you, as your fan base, your audience base, everybody that's been in with us since day one of Huddle Up. That's been the biggest gift that you could give to us. Is just your tremendous outpouring of your support, and we love each and every one of our listeners and friends. So,
yeah, even at your Christmas get together, make sure you bring us up. make sure you bring us up and say, hey, have you listened to those dorks on the air lately?
I was going to say goofballs, but yeah.
Goofballs, dorks, whatever you want to call us, and get some more people listening to us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Like Tyson said, get us some followers during the holiday. That'd be great, too. Make the IT guy happy.
Make the bookkeeper happy. Make us happy. I love seeing full lobbies. I think there's nothing more gratifying than waking up and getting set. Like, I love Fridays at 7:30. The lobby, like, it just gets full. And I also understand, like, there's really convenient options to listen to this show at any time. Like, especially my generation, most of us aren't getting up at 7 a.m. and hitting the morning bell and making sure, but they're still listening. They're still actively downloading the show, and they're listening to us at their own leisure. And so, like, that's really cool to see the show downloads too. But there's nothing more gratifying than just like full lobby and knowing that we got like a live audience with us each and every morning. Is so much fun, and to be able to interact with you guys and talk about things like hear errors that I do in the show, like when I say what was the first Winter Classic, and Williams is quick to correct me, saying it was Pittsburgh and Buffalo, and that the Tri-City Storm put on the minigame over at Libbs Park. I love being able to interact with listeners that way.
All right, so rolling on here, 7:50. It's a Monday. Thanks for joining us. Time for a news update on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
And news this hour brought to you in part by Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Hastings Federal Credit Union, proud to be your trusted long-term financial partner. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union owned by the members who join, and joining, simple as opening a primary savings account. Now you can access your accounts wherever you go with mobile banking. It brings you financial peace of mind right from the palm of your hand. You can securely and conveniently manage your accounts and loans at any time, from anywhere. If you're going Christmas shopping, you can transfer funds from one account to another. You can deposit checks. You can pay bills with Bill Pay, and you can quickly access your account balances wherever you go. It helps you cover whatever little curveballs life throws your way with mobile banking today. One of the many ways you can experience that credit union difference at Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We'll start off this morning with news from the governor's office, as while riding on horseback with family members yesterday, Governor Jim Pillen was bucked off a new horse and was injured. The governor transported to Columbus Community Hospital, and out of an abundance of caution was then transported to the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. The governor is expected to remain at UNMC for several days. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden signed a funding bill over the weekend to avert a looming government shutdown after the Senate voted 85-11 to approve a short-term spending bill to fund the government until March 14th. 42nd Street will close east of Highway 281 again today, as the Hastings Utilities Electric Distribution Department still has work to repair the infrastructure there from last week's drunken driving accident that knocked out power to a good majority of Northwest Hastings. Speaking of construction, the outside southbound lane to Burlington Avenue will close beginning this morning from Hill Street to just south of 13th Street to facilitate the removal of debris in conjunction with demolition of homes on that block. The closure is anticipated to take a week to complete. The street department will then reopen southbound and outside lane for the weekend and for the Christmas holiday when the contractor is not working. In economic development news, towards the end of the week, the city of Hastings had some good news. It was a banner year for community development block grants. Working with the South Central Economic Development District, the city of Hastings was awarded $1.2 million by the Nebraska Department of Economic Development for 3 CBDG projects. That's community development block grant projects with the downtown revitalization and public works categories. Projects include improvements within the Business Improvement District, the renovation of the Revive Ministries facilities in the former Motel 6 hotel that will provide outpatient substance abuse health care, and public water line delivery improvements to provide fire protection for the K&K manufactured home community. And Hastings College is now accepting applications for Open Call, a residential experience for current high school freshmen, sophomores, and juniors exploring a call to Christian ministry. The week-long program will be held this summer and is free of charge for the first 25 students who apply before May 15th. Interested students can find the application and additional details at hastings.edu/open-call. 7:54, we'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the latest in sports?
Well, the Nebraska men's basketball team beat Murray State 66-49 last night in the opening round of the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. Huskers held Murray State to just 31% shooting, including 4 of 28 in the first half as Nebraska built a 20-point halftime lead. Nebraska now 8-2 in the season. They'll play Hawaii tonight at 9:30 in the second round. Hawaii beat Charlotte yesterday 78-61. You can see the game tonight on ESPN2. The Nebraska women's basketball team lost to 17th-ranked Georgia Tech 72-61 on Saturday in Atlanta. Huskers are now 10-2 on the season. They'll be off until December 29th when they play at number 1 ranked UCLA out in Los Angeles. Tip-off will be at 4:30. Hastings College women's basketball team, they went 1-1 during their trip in Hawaii. The Broncos beat Benedictine of Kansas 59-46 and lost to second-ranked Indiana Wesleyan 73-67. The Broncos now 8-4 in the season. They will host Sterling on December 30th, beginning at 1. Hastings College men, they went 0-2 during their trip to Florida, losing to Kaiser 82-62, and to the University of Fort Lauderdale 77-70. The Broncos are now 1-11 and will play at Friends University on December the 31st. Tip-off of that game will be at 1. High school basketball from Saturday. The Adams Central boys beat Cozad 48-40 in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic. The Patriots are now 6-1. Hastings High lost to Elkhorn North 85-42 in the Eastern Midlands Conference Tournament. The Tigers are now 4-3. The Hastings High girls beat Lincoln Northwest 37-30 in the Eastern Midlands Conference Tournament. The Tigers are now 3-4. Penn State won the NCAA volleyball championship yesterday with a win over Louisville. The scores were 25-23, 32-34, 25-20, and 25-17. It's the 8th title for the Nittany Lions, but the first since 2014. NFL stuff last night. Dallas got by Tampa Bay 26-24. Tonight, it's New Orleans at Green Bay. Kickoff will be at 7:15. That's a check on your sports headlines, 7:57 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Monday starts off with cloud cover, but we will see gradual clearing throughout the day. It'll be mild with a high of 52 degrees and a northwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Monday night, an overnight low of 29 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Still pretty mild on Tuesday on Christmas Eve, a high of 47 with a partly sunny sky. Tuesday night, an overnight low of 29 as well. Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, but a high of 46, and then cooler temperatures and chances for rain the rest of the week.
North winds this morning at 6, gusting to 13. Cloudy skies, it is 34 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydromassage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Mike Will, Tyson Urbanic with you on this Monday morning. Again, a short week for us this week, like most people. It's the Christmas holiday week, so a lot of people taking off. In fact, I met some people over the weekend that they were going to work today, and then they're not going to work the rest of the week.
Oh, there's some people I talked to that weren't even working today. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun.
Well, with Christmas kind of stuck in the middle of the week, what do you do?
Stuck in the middle with you take the whole week off. I mean, that's my logic.
Well,
that's probably not bookkeeper's logic. It's probably not GM's logic. But I was like, oh, man, Christmas is in the middle of the week. Damn, I guess we have to take the whole week off to get ready to celebrate. But it's fine coming in Monday, and I like the idea of having 2 days off in the middle of the week. I think that's great. I was trying to twist your arm at the Christmas holiday party for a third, for 3 days in a row.
Well, we can't because we got
so many bowl games to play.
Yeah, we got Thursday and Friday. We're going to be jam-packed full of stuff.
Yeah, oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
of course,
we were jam-packed today, and we only had 2 cuts. So
high school has got the moratorium this week, so the high school teams won't be playing until the end of the week. I think there's some holiday basketball tournaments that start on Friday, and then there'll be other ones that'll continue on and next week, like Monday and Tuesday. So the high school teams will be taking a break of action here. The college teams, with the exception of the Nebraska men, who are enjoying a few days in Hawaii, they're taking a few days off for the Christmas break as well. So this comes down to this point of the season. We take a few days off, and then we really get busy when the calendar switches to 2025 when January comes along. So we're just taking a little bit of a break.
A little hiatus from the sports world, but you know what? It's been fun waking up each and every morning and talking a little sports, making some picks, and having a little fun along the way. Big plans again coming up in 2025, but we're gonna have a few shows before that because, like you said, we got a lot of picks to get through here for the Bull Bonanza, and everyone's having a lot of fun. I want to leave you with one thought as we get set for Christmas, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, by the way. Favorite holiday memory.
Favorite holiday memory.
Favorite holiday memory. Do you got one off the top of your head?
Well, just spending time with family and people that we should be together with each and every year. I guess nothing really stands out as far as, I can remember a time we went to Yellowstone Park for Christmas, or went to Vegas or something like that.
You went to Vegas for Christmas?
I don't know if I've ever been out there for Christmas. I think IT Man has.
Maybe if we played in the Vegas Bowl sometime, we could do that.
Well, we were hoping to play in the Vegas Bowl last year, and it didn't get worked out that way. So maybe some year. Spend Christmas time in Vegas.
I'm going to hit you with given to others, and it was given to complete strangers. Like, nothing lights up your world and your heart more than when you distribute gifts to those in much dire circumstances than you that don't have a coat to put on their back when it's freezing effing cold outside, and just to see the look on their face, the gratitude from a complete stranger, that's my favorite holiday memory.
All right, that's sweet.
Thank you.
That's neat. Yeah. All right, well, you have yourself a great holiday. Your Christmas present is in the mail.
Woohoo!
But Amazon workers are on strike, so I don't know if it'll ever get here.
That's all right.
So anyway, have yourself a good holiday.
You as well.
And we'll do this again on Thursday morning. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.